Rose gold, yeah, yeah. White sand, yeah, yeah. Ball hall, yeah. Gang, gang, yeah. My bitch bad, yeah. Rose gold, got my bands up, yeah.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another NyynewsTV video. Today we are talking about somebody who we have yet to see yet. That is, of course, Harrison Bader. Now, if you're a Yankee fan, if you're a baseball fan in general, of course you know what Harrison Bader is. The big concern right now is, when is Harrison Bader going to be playing for the New York Yankees? We understand a lot about him. We know he's kind of been promised as the guy that's going to, according to Aaron Boone, split time with Aaron Hicks. And then next year, he'll probably take over regular playing time. But the Yankees are going to be overly cautious with Harrison Bader. But first, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Harrison Bader and his years. So last year in 2021 was really a special year for Bader, breakout season. 21 doubles. He played in 103 games. Again, 21 doubles, 16 home runs, 1 triple, 50 RBIs. Doesn't sound like a lot, but overall, you look at the numbers, 267, 784 OPS, so almost at that 800 mark. And this year, of course, as you guys know, he struggled a lot with the plantar fasciitis, which really affected everything. His defense, his offense, putting enough power into turning your hips into the ball. It's affected the way that Harrison Bader plays. But who is he? What are the Yankees getting? Well, first and foremost, Harrison Bader would immediately become the Yankees' best defensive outfielder. I mean, I don't think anybody could argue with this. Aaron Judge has been terrific in center field. Nobody's going to argue that. Nobody's going to say, you know what? The Yankees have not been better with Aaron Judge in center, because they have been. They've been great because of Judge from both sides of the ball. He's been a terrific center fielder. Harrison Bader is by far a better defensive center fielder. And you can make the argument, as many people would do, an advanced scout I spoke to told me today they were getting him early that morning. He is arguably, in his opinion, the best center fielder in Major League Baseball. And you can make your debates however you want, but he's in the conversation. And really, that's all that matters. A great throwing arm. Takes some of the best routes you're going to see to a ball. Lets his body out. And he's a gamer. This is something that I cannot stress about enough, that the Yankees desperately need. Harrison Bader is a gamer. He is a guy that gets dirty. He hustles. He plays hard. He can steal bases. He goes first to third. He has score on doubles. He does all of that. But also, one thing you hear a lot about Harrison Bader is his IQ, his baseball IQ, which we've seen Gleyber Torres play just the other day. We know that play. That's a bad baseball IQ. Harrison Bader, everything you hear about him is that part of his game is very high. And when it comes to the bat, you hear mixed reviews. You hear some people say they think he's a 20 home run guy every year as long as he's staying healthy and that foot issue isn't a problem going forward. He doesn't feel like it is. He said as recently as a couple of days ago, he expects to be back the first week of September, but he is going to let the Yankees dictate that and decide on how they go about it. The Yankees may very well say, look, we'll give you another week. As long as we can get you back, get you in some games by the end of the year, know you're ready for the playoffs. That might be what the Yankees are looking at for Harrison Bader is, look, just to get you healthy, we're not going to put you on your feet every single day immediately out the gate. We need you to be healthy. We want you to help this year and contribute, but we are really looking at you as the center fielder for 2023. Now, we're not going to go into does that make sense because they gave up Jordan Montgomery, and he's been one of the best pitchers in the National League since he went to the St. Louis Cardinals and his deal was made. But what does Harrison Bader add to the team overall? Here's what I love about Harrison Bader. Right now with the New York Yankees lineup, they're finally listening to NyynewsTV. I don't know if they are, but they're doing what we've been saying to do. So I'm going to take credit, damn it, okay? They got the 1-2 punch right now, and they got to stick with that even when Stanton gets back. Leave the Benny DJ 1-2. Leave it at that. That bottom of the order needs a little oomph. It needs a little to it. Harrison Bader is going to add that. He's going to add a guy that's batting 7, 8, or 9 that can hit a home run. He's going to add a guy that can go from first to third, first to home on a double. They're going to add a guy that can actually hit the ball with some sting. No disrespect on IKF, but IKF has not shown he should be an everyday player for the New York Yankees. He's just not. And Harrison Bader and him really don't have anything to do with each other. I get it, but Harrison Bader would be more on the bottom of that order. Guys like Trevino, who's really come through this year a lot. He's been very good at the bottom of an order. But then you add a Bader who can make things happen, but he can also drive runs in. So he's different than a lot of the guys they have down there right now who you're just hoping anyway try to get on base. Harrison Bader could drive runs in at the bottom of the order. He can hit home runs at the bottom of the order. He could run the bases at the bottom of the order. He does it all. For the way this lineup is constructed, Bader could see a guy like Harrison Bader with that top 1-2 staying the way it is, let's hope, can really add a lot of runs to the Yankees and a different dynamic that pitchers would then have to deal with. Again, the people I speak to love Harrison Bader. That is why I like him. I've watched this guy for a few years. I've seen him with the Cardinals. I have some Cardinals fans who tell me flat out, when he's healthy, you guys are going to love him because there's not a lot of guys out there that play the game the way Harrison Bader does. There's not those gamers out there, those Brett Gardner types. Harrison Bader falls into that mold of, again, a guy who you're never going to see not hustle. The baseball IQ is off the charts. Great glove, great range. The bat is continuing to come around. Look at last year more than this year. I know some people say, Pete, that's not really fair. Well, we do know that last year he wasn't playing with a major injury like plantar fasciitis, which is horrible. Some people resorted to basically stepping on glass. So imagine trying to play baseball and that he's been in the walking boot. Every doctor that he says he's spoken to and that the Yankees have said they have spoken to simply just come out and go, you know what? What it basically is this guy simply needs to rest the foot. It's not something that should stick around forever. He needs to be off of it. And from everything we have heard, Harrison Bader has stayed off that foot and is doing everything right. He is not rushing himself to get back. He has done everything needed to do to get back on the field for the Yankees. So I am expecting a return this year from Harrison Bader. I am expecting one of the best Harrison Baders we've ever seen, whether it's this year or next year. And I still say I am not going to judge this trade until I see what Harrison Bader is. And we're not making the whole idea about the trade of they traded for an injured guy and blah, 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 blah. I get it. I completely understand that. I understand the concern for certain people. I completely get it. But again, all I'm going to say about it is quite simple. The guy's a gamer. He's gritty. He plays hard. He's smart. His offense is continuously getting better. He's a guy that I want to see the Yankees have on this team. They need more grit. We've seen that from this team. We've seen so many plays this year where we watch this club and goes, what the frig was this guy thinking? We need more gamers on this club, more guys that play with fire. You can't knock Bader on that. There he goes, rounding the bases. Oh, he's going to catch right up to him. The throw in, Bader's going to score. That's an inside the Parker. I'm excited about cheering this guy on this year, guys. And I hope that we see him very, very soon. In all likelihood, it's going to be September at some point. So you guys let me know. How do you feel about Harrison Bader without bringing up the trade? Try your best not to bring up the trade and go, Pete, but Monty. Forget that right now. Worry about the guy we got back. Worry about Harrison Bader being healthy and making the team a better team. Look, he's basically, at the end of the day, going to be replacing Aaron Hicks to a degree, even though Hicks isn't playing much right now. And Oswaldo Cabrera's look good in the outfield too, but he plays everywhere. So he just adds another dynamic to this team to make the Yankees a much better overall club. And that is exactly what the New York Yankees need. So when will Harrison Bader return? Looks like September. How important is Harrison Bader going to be to the Yankees? I think pretty damn important, actually, especially in the bottom of that order, that 7, 8, 9, wherever they'll have him hitting. As long as they keep the 1-2 as Benny and DJ, I think he makes them so much more dynamic, and it's going to take pressure off of him just to be who he is and really make the bottom of that Yankee order so much better, which they've desperately needed this year. So, guys, again, another one from your favorite Yankee company, NYY News TV. Talk to you guys later. Adios.